When Chrisean Rock's unexpected disclosure caught Blueface completely off guard. In front of everyone, it flipped his life entirely upside down. The audience fell silent. Online platforms were shocked and cameras were more focused. The same question was raised by observers. Was that all she said? This wasn't your typical passionate argument or another round of their well-publicized feud. Exact, damaging, and deliberate. This potent truth bomb had an impact on Blueface's career, instantly damaged his reputation, and even raised doubts about his future freedom. There's more to this than just another clumsy headline. Insiders are already referring to this discovery as the end of Blueface's career, since it reveals long-kept truths, hidden betrayals, and a crucial revelation. If Chrisean Rock's remarks are accurate, the guy who made his name in controversy may have finally stepped into the one catastrophe from which he cannot escape. The worst thing is still to come. According to sources, her disclosures were merely the prelude to more important ones. It's a straightforward query that everyone is asking. What was it she said? Why is this period of time considered the tipping point for Blueface's career? Dramatic accusations, strange dreams, and passionate arguments were not the norm. Chrisean held her ground this time. She didn't raise her voice or punch anyone like a weapon. Her truth was explosive, and it affected more than just Blueface's ruined self-esteem. It broke the entire foundation of his reality. We must go back in time to their tale in order to fully understand the significance of this incident. For years, Chrisean and Blueface have been enmeshed in a frenzy of passion, commerce, and conflict. There were both heartbreaking low periods and outstanding high points throughout the affair. They created a never-ending cycle of public outrage, awkward headlines, viral moments, and chart-topping drama. Reconciliations and splits, allegations of infidelity, tight contracts, toxic manipulation, fabricated disagreements, and even hidden pregnancies lay beneath all that upheaval. They suspected darker realities, but so far they had little proof. Because when Chrisean went for the microphone during a recent appearance, she did not cry or lose her temper. She explained everything. Blueface was unable to stop the damage and change the narrative for the first time. The location was very important. It was in Los Angeles when their story first began to unravel. Blueface was in his element when he went shirtless on stage, thrilling the audience and living up to his self-made reputation as the unrepentant villain of hip-hop. Then Chrisean appeared without warning. At first, the audience cheered, anticipating another trick. But a look at her face revealed something else. It was more than just a show. This marked the start of the reckoning, not the impulsive and erratic. Christians have become accustomed to it. With composure, she stepped onto the platform. Every action is planned. The music stopped suddenly, and she reached for the microphone. After attempting to dismiss it with a tight laugh, Blueface uttered the words that caused the arena to fall silent. "I have evidence that your kingdom was founded on falsehoods." Some in the crowd let out a gasp. As phones exploded into the air, a stunned silence fell over everyone. It was impossible to predict what would occur next. Things that had long been circulating as rumors started to come to light in Christian's calm voice. She brought up the contentious contracts, which were the subject of considerable fan speculation, but were never seen. According to reports, Blueface forced her into signing deals that gave him authority over her music, live streaming, and even public perception. She said that all of her emotional outbursts, arguments, and tears in public had been exploited against her consent, but the audience was surprised to learn that she was far from finished. Chrisean referred to something even more malevolent, a darker mystery connected to Blueface's personal life. Her remarks implied a revelation so significant that it may destroy not only his profession, but also the basis of his personal life, even if she did not say it aloud. As the stage became the focal point of a storm that would linger long after that night, the audience fell into chaos and the air was filled with excitement and amazement. Many of her supporters praised her for her bravery, others made fun of how quickly the event had devolved into an unplanned public trial. Although Blueface jumped for the microphone, he was unable to control the situation. As her findings spread like wildfire across screens throughout the world, every word was broadcast live, cameras rolled, and the internet exploded. The story has been told in a similar way for years. Chrisean called his impulsive, sensitive fiancé Blueface. Positioned as a composed, sage conductor, but that story was over in a flash. With a single realization, Chrisean reframed herself as someone who had been intentionally taken advantage of, rather than as a victim of her own suffering. He couldn't have come at a worse moment. Long-term issues for Blueface included tense family relationships, legal issues, and constant media attention. Even though his brand had always been fueled by controversy, this notoriety was new. According to Chrisean and the supporting documentation, this was more than just a rapper embroiled in a public dispute. She claimed that in order to be profitable, And up to date, he had purposefully caused instability by controlling events. The laboriously built monarchy suddenly seemed to be falling apart. The astonishment wasn't limited to Los Angeles residents, it affected the whole music industry. Hashtags such as Chris exposes Blueface and exposed gained global popularity in a matter of minutes. As TikTok producers pieced together her remarks into millions of reaction videos and gossip blogs, rushed to publish snippets of her speech, the revelation turned into an unavoidable digital tsunami on Twitter. There was a lot of conjecture on Chrisean's possible meaning regarding the Blueface family. According to insiders, she had been hiding much more shocking information, and her statement was just the beginning. Contracts, recordings, and screenshots are prepared for dropping in subsequent strikes. If accurate, Blueface's sorrow had transcended public disgrace. His career might be coming to an end. Chrisean had done more than make him seem bad. She had detonated a bomb, and the shaking was only beginning. At the Los Angeles concert, fans anticipated a celebration, popping bottles, booming bass, and Blueface's arrogant smile. However, the atmosphere changed as Chrisean took the mic. The performance turned into a live trial as her evidence became more thorough than anyone had expected. Her remarks did more than damage Blueface's reputation. They destroyed it. He supplied a text thread as a damning piece of evidence when Chrisean accused him of using lies to grow his business. The jumbotrons broadcasted to the arena when she dug through her phone and held the screen up to the camera. At first, the words were ambiguous, but they quickly became clear. He told a buddy that each time Chrisean lost her temper, Blueface's popularity increased and his earnings tripled. The internet was ignited by that line. I can get along with her without her rapping. All I want is for her to lose it. The crowd blew up. Some laughed, while others applauded. What she said next, however, was a true shock. She referred to the ultimate betrayal. Chrisean claims that in order to finance a second home, perhaps to support a second wife, the audience erupted in rumors, shouting the names of past partners, and conjecturing about a hidden partner, even though she didn't name her. As Chrisean struggled and Blueface reached for her phone, tension erupted. Uncertain whether they were watching a confession or breaking up a fight, security hurried to the podium. Then the tweet-inducing line appeared. You told me and everyone else that you were still living with her on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Short videos quickly became popular. The identity of the enigmatic woman was a subject of continuous speculation among fans. Some assumed that it might be someone else, while others point to Jaden Alexis, a longtime ex-girlfriend. Soon after the event concluded, an anonymous user released what seemed to be receipts from a shared corporate account, along with housing and utility bills for a San Bernardino property that was not registered in Chrisean's name. Her allegations appeared to be supported by the evidence. Both the general public and Blueface fans were taken aback by the discovery. Blueface's response made the issue worse. Instead of leaving or sneaking backstage, he grabbed another microphone and launched an assault, according to the caption on the photos, which read, "She told the truth." He has been hiding this for years. His confidence did not waver, but his voice did. You all take her word for it. She is sensitive, she's intoxicated, she's telling lies. He said, "She doesn't make me." Almost too loudly for the occasion's intoxication. The supporters yelled liar at him as soon as he said, "She was created by me." Chrisean's next bombshell came just when it seemed that the pandemonium could not get much worse, and Blueface was truly frightened for the first time in years. The argument on the live stream was filled with comments such as, "We saw the receipts, your empire is finished." She said, looking him in the eye, "You can call me crazy if you want, but the court will not call me crazy when I show them the recordings." The arena erupted in flames. The public and social media went into a frenzy as many speculated about the type of evidence she possessed. Less than an hour later, leaked footage appeared on Twitter. Granny was clearly captured on a phone for 15 seconds, and as a crowd gasped, Blueface said, "I make more money when she cries than when she sings." The internet exploded when he and another man were heard laughing. By daytime, the impact was undeniable. The headlines and TMZ shouted, "Blueface allegedly profited from Chrisean's suffering." Startling recordings appear. Complex did the same with additional sources. The severity of the revelation stunned fans and the music industry, and if the records were real, Blueface's career had officially begun to decline. "Who are you all?" Hearing this was a comment. Started an online conflagration in a short video. But not all of the responses came from gossip blogs. Sponsors started to pull away right away, and ongoing negotiations with Blueface were apparently halted by a major sneaker maker. Due to reputational risk, Zeus Network, the website that popularized Chrisean and Blueface, also went strangely quiet and stopped running ads for the rapper's upcoming projects. Blueface has broken his silence with an enigmatic tweet. She is going to regret this. The condemnation was swift, with many comments accusing him of abuse and manipulation and asking if his career was over. Fans demanded that Chrisean release the full tapes right away, but insiders revealed the shocking information. Chrisean wasn't bluffing. According to a former aide who spoke to the gossip blog DMD.Women, the blog claimed that if she releases them, it's over, proving the authenticity of the tape. Now, as Blueface's laboriously constructed empire began to crumble, the world was waiting. The first 15-second video was released online just a few hours after Chrisean made the suggestion that they existed, and it was clear but blurry. Blueface laughed with another man and said, "I make more money when she cries than when she sings." TikTok users reenacted the video, supporters demanded that the full videos be made public, and Twitter was inundated with memes. Later that evening, 3 startling audio tracks were shared on fan forums over an unidentified Dropbox connection. Clip 1 confirmed the existence of the audio proof, a contract call, and a final warning, the infamous 15-second laugh. In the second clip, Blueface allegedly boasted to his management over the phone that Chrisean's contract included a meltdown clause, which meant that every time she sobbed on camera, he made money. However, clip 3 caused a stir on social media when Blueface was heard saying, "She thinks she's my partner, but she's really just my product." Another voice, likely that of the manager, added, "Then keep her around until the baby's old enough for its own storyline." As followers' emotions vacillated, the online community became a virtual battleground, and a single tweet quickly went viral. "This has no connection. It is trafficking in plain sight." Fans accused Blueface of more than just exploitation, claiming that he had been making money off of Chrisean's motherhood. Calls to cancel him were all over social media. Celebrities responded with scathing remarks, such as Cardi B's, "This is why women remain silent until it's too late. They sign away their souls for love." Lil Nas' ex-boyfriend posted a meme of himself tearing up a contract with the caption, "Me after reading the meltdown clause." Nicki Minaj then made the blunt but scathing statement, "A woman is not a storyline." After facing increasing pressure, Blueface finally responded to the leaks. But instead of expressing regret, he went on the defensive during a live Instagram show that was watched by over 300,000 people. These are deepfakes, voiceovers, and spliced footage. Her hands and face were stiff as he dismissed the records as phony, his mood betraying him. "She is portraying me as a villain because without me, she is nothing." He was lying, fidgeting, and his voice broke when he paused the live stream to answer a phone call once. This only made him more vulnerable, and he was very guilty. Then there was another development that sparked even more speculation. Chrisean had mentioned a secret in the family, and on a local Los Angeles gossip page, blurry pictures of Blueface arriving and leaving a suburban home late at night were posted. The caption speculated that the house might have belonged to someone from Chrisean's past, but it was a separate property, and fans immediately assumed it was Jaden Alexis, the mother of his other children. Suddenly, everything fell into place, and Chrisean revealed the second property, the betrayal on stage, and the secret payments. The picture was complete. Years of secrets and a life she had paid for were connected by a complicated arrangement. Dishonesty and control as online debates raged over who lived in that mysterious suburban home. Another surprise surfaced. A neighbor told a tabloid that they frequently saw Blueface arrive at odd hours, talking on the phone all the time and arguing before entering the house. However, the industry was quickly working against him, and BAT decided not to attend their upcoming awards pre-show. Spotify removed him from 2 official playlists, and a major beverage brand issued a statement that said, "We do not support exploitation or abuse in any form." Zeus Network, which had made a tidy profit from the turbulent drama between Blueface and Chrisean, finally acknowledged him in a muted way. "For each of the parties, we are now investigating the accusations and evaluating the programming decisions we took." Fans immediately criticized the network, pointing out the slow response. But the revelations didn't stop there. Revealed what appeared to be the first page of a proposed lawsuit. Chrisean Malone versus Jonathan Porter, her given name versus his. The article detailed allegations of intentional distress, emotional abuse, and financial pressure, and called for millions of dollars in damages. One phrase at the bottom surprised the fans as supplementary evidence. Nearly 6 hours of video recordings and recorded conversations will be made accessible in discovery, if accurate. The 3 leaked videos were just the start of what might ultimately destroy Blueface's career. 3 in the morning. Chrisean broke her silence again a few minutes later when she posted a picture of herself holding her son on Instagram with a faint smile and the caption, "The truth will protect us." Blueface responded with an enigmatic black screen post that Read, you aren't ready for what I got. The next chapter was now set. If a lawsuit has already been filed, then the 6 hours of recordings are authentic. This person is no longer a celebrity. Nevertheless, it's a serious dispute that could destroy Blueface's career and reputation. Even worse, rumors circulated that Chrisean had yet to reveal her most explosive secret. By the morning after her shocking stage announcement, the entertainment industry was engulfed in one of the most intense and polarizing discussions of the year. Videos of her disclosing Blueface, alleged manipulation, and unreported payments went viral, transforming what had been dismissed as toxic drama into a major scandal with tangible consequences. Social media exploded at the same time. Hashtags including Chrissy tapes, Blueface exposed, and justice for Chrisean trended on Twitter as millions of people examined every second of the leaked recordings. Two fan organizations appeared, while some hailed Chrisean as a survivor who is finally making her getaway. Others continued to label her messy and attention-seeking. A single viral post captured the feelings of many people. This isn't theater, it's evidence. Blueface boasted about exploiting her. Stop. The comment sections turned into battlegrounds, where supporters and detractors engaged in a never-ending battle. With celebrities adding fuel to the fire, Cardi B stepped up her efforts, telling her 25 million followers, "This industry eats women alive." Critics countered that she could not withdraw from the contracts once she had signed them, because she had accepted them and was aware of the risks. Until she produced receipts, you all laughed at her suffering. Not everyone agreed, with Charlemagne the God commenting on The Breakfast Club, "Look, it's nasty." However, they both benefited. He made money, she became famous, and she now acts as though she didn't consent to it. Nicki Minaj mocked Blueface by subtweeting, "Men turn love into contracts and cry when the truth burns." Lil Baby also sided with Chrisean, posting on Instagram stories, "If those tapes are real, but he is done." Zeus had been using the instability to gain influence for a long time, but when it backfired, the network rushed to maintain its reputation. It was encapsulated in one viral TikTok. Zeus constructed a circus and now displays shock. It sparked a public outcry from celebrities and activists who denounced the alleged victim blaming. The industry responded quickly and forcefully to the outcry. Spotify removed Blueface's songs from two major playlists, including Rap Caviar. YouTube placed age restrictions on almost all of his content. BET discreetly removed Blueface from their pre-show lineup, and Zeus Network, which had profited from the pair's messy public saga for years, deleted multiple posts promoting their joint reality series, a move that fans deemed cowardly. The lions are tearing at you. Chrisean's followers, meanwhile, were rapidly organizing. Over $400. Zero was raised in a single day by the Protect Chrisean Legal Fund GoFund campaign, which went viral overnight. Her statement, "The truth will protect us," was featured in TikTok edits that went viral and served as a background music for thousands of fan-made films. Her face and the phrase "Justice for Cry" were even projected onto the side of the Bet building in Los Angeles by some fans. The urban video that Blueface had threatened to leak cast a shadow over the entire story, even though she had transformed from a contentious person to a symbol of resistance against industry exploitation. There were whispers that it depicted a violent confrontation between them, some that it included evidence of her retaliating against him, and still others claimed it showed Chrisean in a vulnerable private condition. The rumor spread like wildfire. Regardless of the reality, everyone concurred that if Blueface made that video public, it made watchdogs, a shadowy hacker collective, entered the fray as rumors started to circulate, posting cryptically on Instagram with a warning, "If he drops the urban tape, we drop everything else." The watchdog's goal was to either rebuild public opinion in his favor or ruin him as a whole. Emails, videos, contracts, and bank transfers. 72 hours are all his. The truth does not need to be edited. While live arguments, social media posts, and viral videos could be written off as a fanciful ring, a legal document carried an air of legitimacy that turned the story from public drama to serious verifiable exposure, enthralling millions of fans who couldn't leave. Public sentiment was now sharply divided, with Team Chrisean applauding her for reclaiming her authority, exposing years of suffering, and possibly even defending others by speaking out. It demonstrated with concrete proof that the claims were supported by documents that could stand up to scrutiny rather than being simply accusations. All of a sudden, it didn't matter who said what on stage. They dealt with the concrete abuse of money, power, and authority and the potential repercussions. In the real world, industry insiders, fans, and onlookers all quickly absorbed the implications. Official documents now supported Chrisean's on-stage charges, which some had previously dismissed as part of the continuous spectacle of their dysfunctional Relationship. She had experienced institutional, professional, and unquestionably verifiable betrayal in addition to emotional betrayal. Each sentence in the release records strengthened the impression that this was a planned pattern of manipulation, showing how deeply Blueface had built a double existence that had benefited him at the price of honesty, openness, and equity in his collaboration with Chrisean. The leak turned the story from celebrity drama into a warning about exploitation, secrecy, and the hidden machinery underlying public identities in the aftermath. It became a defining event. It was shocking to learn that not unlike Chrisean was ready, and her response was sobering. "Are you sure you want to play that game?" Blueface tried to retaliate by daybreak, teasing the mysterious airborne footage once again and threatening to disclose the truth in a string of cryptic social media posts. This confirmed suspicions but broadened the wrath, showing how financial betrayal can exacerbate personal betrayal, and setting the stage for what could be the most important period in their lives. The final twist came when Chrisean added a countdown clock on her YouTube header at exactly 11:59 p.m. No lies, no cuts. September 15th, 25 entire tapes was written in bold letters across the screen, was captioned on a blurry black and white still from what seemed to be security footage. And fans started to speculate, for him, was this a snippet of the airborne video or something far worse? The internet went crazy. There were many questions. Would she make the full 6 tapes available? Would the previously undisclosed footage, contracts, and receipts eventually be made public? The stakes were enormous. Blueface was no longer just suffering setbacks to his career. He was facing the possibility of legal disaster. The countdown has started. The unquestionable facts would be screaming out across the world by September 15th. There was a cruel cliffhanger. Either Chrisean discloses the entire video, thus ruining his career, or Blueface releases the airborne footage first and faces international censure. The world held its breath and time was running out. What is about to happen could totally destroy Blueface's world. If everything that has been revealed so far has rocked him to his core, this goes well beyond a straightforward argument, rumors, or just another untidy chapter in their tumultuous history. Chrisean Rock has seized the stage, taken charge of the story, and made discoveries that have upended the meticulously constructed persona Blueface has been concealing for years. The recordings, the leaked texts, the covert payments, and now the approaching September 15th deadline all suggest that the end game is coming. The subject of what comes next is still very much alive. In an attempt to bring Chrisean down with him, will Blueface risk everything by making the airborne video public first? Or is Chrisean going to keep her word and release all 6 hours of recordings, which might ruin his career and possibly put him in hot water with the law? The most terrifying idea is this: what if there are deeper, unspoken secrets hiding on either side? The argument over who is disorderly or unstable is over. It has become a struggle for survival, power, and control over the truth. It's your chance to comment now as Chrisean reveals a system that benefited from her suffering. Are you standing at her side, encouraging her? Or do you continue to support Blueface because you think there is still more to the story? Don't hesitate to express your opinions in the comment section. Your voice matters in this heated argument, so please click like if you think the truth always comes out. If you subscribe and enable notifications, you won't miss a second of this unfolding drama, as everything might change on September 15th.